Good morning, welcome to day 53 of your daily wellness. Today we are doing staff pose. So a nice basic seated pose, but actually you'll find that it's quite intensive on the hamstrings to sit like that for a while because you're stretching through the back body. You may also find that it's quite a core workout to sit up, and particularly through the upper back, so very good for you. So to begin with today, we're actually going to start again in a forward fold. So bring the feet down into the mat. Take a moment to find that firm foundation. Oh, a bit of gravel between my toes. Okay, I don't know why I feel the need to explain everything to you as I feel it during yoga, but there we go. Bend the knees a little. Allow the upper body to hang. Maybe the hands come to the floor. Maybe you hold the elbows. Just taking a moment here, maybe taking a little shift backwards and forwards, feeling the tension through the hamstrings. If you're feeling a bit wobbly, fingertips on the floor or on a block or on a chair or something is always good. And then maybe we take a little side to side. And we're just starting to try and lengthen out through the hamstrings so that when we come into our staff pose, we're not already starting at a place of tightness and restriction. And maybe we make some circles. Having a bit of fun as well in yoga. And the opposite direction. And then from this place of stillness, imagine your tail. You have an imaginary tail. You are a tiger or animal with a tail of your choice. And just imagine that you're wagging your tail. So we're going one way to the other with the hips. And like when you see a dog wag its tail and the whole back end starts to move one way and then the other. And then from there, use the hands to support as we come down into this crouch position. Take a little break from having your head down so much you might feel that bit of pressure. Actually, what we've done there is send all this blood rushing into your head, clearing out, flushing out all of the old sort of stagnant energies. It should bring all that lovely oxygen to your brain and wake you up a little bit as well. So in your crouch position, take a moment to walk it through, kind of getting into the lower back and the hips a little here, just side to side. Heels can be raised, feet can be flat if you've got the space to come down like that and you want to get that activation through the front. That's up to you. And then we're going to put the hands on the floor again as we start to come back up to our forwards fold. This time we're going to begin to lengthen the spine, lengthen the back of the legs, and the spine. Coming into this kind of halfway lift position. And when I say halfway, it doesn't have to be exactly halfway. So if you're particularly tight and you're hunched trying to get to this halfway, come up a little higher. The aim is that we want to get the straight spine and nice long length through the back of the legs. If you're particularly flexible, you may be able to come a little lower and still feel that length through your spine, so you're a little lower than halfway. Whichever version you do, keep the chin tucked in slightly. So often the temptation is to kind of pull forwards with the head, and this is not good for the neck. So try and get length, no creases in the back of your neck. So if you're not sure, reach up, have a little feel. If you can feel lots of tension or creases through here, you need to lengthen out a little bit more. And wherever your hands are, if they're on the floor, shins or thighs, just making that connection and connecting with the sensation. And this is potentially the staff pose that we're going to be doing in a moment, but we're doing it standing. And then allow the bend in the knees, allow the fold, lift up the toes and place the hands underneath. So bend the knees as much as you need to. So the fingertips are just reaching down the arch of the feet. Give your toes a little wiggle, a little massage for your hands. And then we're gently keeping the hand-foot a strong connection. Squeeze through your biceps and triceps. Lengthen through the spine, and then just start to straighten the legs a little bit. They won't come all the way straight unless you're super flexible. But we're just starting to get a bit more of a stretch through the hamstring. And if you get where you're kind of shaking all over the place, take it out a little bit less. Lengthen tailbone back to increase the stretch, and then release it off. Come down into your crouch again. Take a little moment to walk from foot to foot in this kind of froggy position. And then lastly, we're going to get into the lower back. So I've said before, the back of the legs, the hips, the lower back, it's all kind of connected. If one's tight, you're going to feel it everywhere. So we're going to really try and release through the back body so we can get into our staff pose. So straightening up a little again. Keep the knees bent as much as you need, and you can take them a little wider this time if you want, to give you the space to really hang down. Take a hold of your elbows and allow the weight of your upper body to hang. You're going to start to feel a bit of burn in the quads as you have the legs bent. That's fine, you can do it. Allow the upper body to hang, and maybe take a little sway side to side. Welcome that burn, because this is all the burn we're going to really be feeling today. It's quite a gentle one once we get further in. Then you can allow the legs to straighten. You can bring them in or take them a bit wider, it's up to you. We're just going to walk the hands around to one side. Maybe allow a micro bend on the legs so they're not locked right out, but relatively straight. And if you don't reach the floor here, you can rest the hands on the side of the leg gently. Use your core to hold you up mostly, or you can use blocks or books or whatever you've got. Just getting into the opposite side of the lower back. And then walk it around to the other side. Again, strong through the legs, don't let the knees roll in or out. Getting into the opposite side of the lower back. Bring it back into the center. Place the hands on the mat and step back. Bring the knees down. Hands under the shoulders. Top of the feet press down into the mat and find some length through the spine. Send it back into child pose. So you can keep the knees together or separate them here, it's up to you. But what we want to do is reach the fingertips diagonally and away. So if they're too narrow, you won't be able to stretch up enough, you'll just bring shoulders to ears. So we want them diagonal and away. So the shoulders can come back and down whilst the fingertips reach out. Lengthening the spine all the way down. Taking one more breath here. And then use the hands to walk it up. Cross the legs over and come over to seated, or make your own way into seated. From here, take the feet to about hip distance apart. Lengthen up through your spine. Sit up tall. Again, as if we're almost trying to bring a little arch right down into your tailbone, just in the lower back part, just to really activate the muscles in the lower back. And then allow the fold over. Roll it up and lengthen. Coming into a little balance now, so we bring the toes back. You can take a hold of the back of the thighs, lifting up one leg, and you can place that back down and lift up the other leg. Or we can lift up both legs. Start to lengthen the spine. We've got a big activation in the upper back to hold the spine long. Chin is tucked. If you want to, you can come down anytime and do the lifts from here. You can hold it up and just do the odd toe tap from here, or we can take the hands out and balance for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it off. Take your weight back. We're going to start to come towards our staff pose. So just gently to begin with, keep a bend on the knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine, bring belly to thigh. So however much you need to bend the knees to bring belly to thigh, reach it towards your toes and allow this fold over. So when I say belly to thigh, what I mean by that is not just hunching over here. What we want to try and do is lift up and lengthen. So we're trying to place the whole length of our front body against our thighs. So we're trying to reach the chest forwards whilst we fold over. And what this is going to do is actually lengthen through the back body. Instead of just putting pressure on here, we're actually lengthening more through the body and through the glutes and the hamstrings. Once here, you can start to walk the heels away a little, just as far as you can before you feel that you're starting to lose that belly to thigh contact. Each inhale, feel the length, feel the activation through your back as you keep that length. And maybe the more you stay here, the more you can start to lengthen out through the heels. Keeping the belly to thigh contact. A bit of shaking is normal, but if it's too much, if you really can't hold it, you're probably pushing the stretch a little bit far. One big inhale. As you exhale, relax completely over. And then roll it up. Just taking a few gentle rock and roll up and down the spine, just to massage and release some of the tension before we come into our staff pose. One more. Okay. Now, we come up to seated. What we want to do is really get your sit bones in contact with the floor. So a great way of doing that is to move the flesh away from the sit bones, or separate your butt cheeks. There's no nice way to say that. Doesn't make you feel silly. Okay, lengthen up nice and tall. Reach the legs away. They can be hip distance apart or together, it's up to you. Flex the feet, so we pull the toes towards you. Now, it's fine to have a bit of a gap behind the knees. We are going to try and bring the back of the knees down, but if you find that that makes your heel lift up, then you're actually probably starting to hyperextend through the knee, and we don't want that. So we want to reach away, keep the heels down into the floor, and then imagine trying to pull the back of the knees down. And sit up tall. So we've talked recently in our hero pose about stacking the vertebra and stacking the spine. So we've got the hips directly above the hips, we've got the heart, we've got the head directly above the heart. Shoulders are back and down. So we're neither arching nor slumping here. We're really trying to stack the vertebra. And you will feel some activation through the front of the legs as we hold, because we naturally want to lean forward and allow gravity and our muscles to hold us, just because we can't go any further. But actually we want to pull it back a little. We really want to stack up tall. Use these front muscles to hold you in place as you stretch through the back of the body and lengthen through the front of the legs. Shoulders back and down, grow tall, chin is tucked, hands can rest on the thighs. The hands can rest on the thighs, they can rest on the floor. We can bring them together in prayer pose. whatever suits you. We're going to try and hold and try and settle into this. So feel that big squeeze all the way through the legs through here to hold us in this L shape. Toes are pulled back, so we've got that stretch through the back body. We're neither leaning too far back nor too far forward. Stack it up tall. And then try and hold this pose and bring a little more relaxation. So we're holding it, but with some ease. Allow your eyes to drift closed. Connect with that sensation, that strength through your core, through your legs, through your spine. This sense of alignment, allowing the breath to flow easily and deeply all the way down, all the way out. Keep in focus on form for 10 more breaths. 9, 8, 7, stay long and tall, stay stacked. 6, 5, keep the legs extended. 4, use your core to sit tall. 3, 2, 1 more breath. And then allow the knees to bend. Bring it down onto your back. And again, just take a couple of rock and rolls. How far you go up and down the spine is really up to you and how fast you go. We're trying to curve now and just massage all the postural muscles through the back of the spine. And then bring it down onto your back. Take your feet a little wider and then just bring one leg in, and it won't come all the way to the floor. Just let the weight of the leg come down. Feel that gentle release coming through the hip and through the side of the back body. And then swap it over, let the other one roll in. Allowing the weight of the leg just to take it as far as your body wants to go. Bring it up, bring both knees in, hug them in nice and tight. Maybe we take a little roll side to side here. Again, just releasing tension. And then we're just going to relax for a few breaths. So you can keep the knees hugged in if that feels comfortable. We can place the feet on the floor with the knees just coming together. We can even take the legs open wide if that's what suits you, or take them out long. I'm going to keep them hugged in. For me, take a choice or make a choice. And just take a few breaths as we come towards the end of our practice. Unless you want to carry on and do some more yoga, in which case now is a good time to do that. And if you are ending your practice here today with me, let's slowly start to bring it up to seated in your own way, in your own time. And I will pull a card for tomorrow's yoga practice. Amazing. So So tomorrow we have easy seat, which is basically just cross-legged position or easy pose. So we're going to take some time in our easy pose tomorrow. Obviously take some variations. Like when we did child pose, it is a super restorative pose. So we're going to take it really gentle, maybe have a blanket, some cushions, maybe some candles, make it nice and calming and relaxed. And that's how we're going to do our practice tomorrow. So really, really chill it out, take it down and make it really restorative and really nice, and show you some options for your easy pose. So thank you for joining me. Namaste. And I will see you again tomorrow for your next dose of daily wellness.